Hey guys, my name's James McCarthy Price, and in a few months' time I'll be launching Australia's smallest gin distillery. This is the first video of a series in a vlog that I'm super new to and I'm not very good at, but I'm just really interested in documenting the story along as we build Australia's smallest distillery. So where in Australia are we setting up? So here's something I prepared earlier. We're looking to set up in a place called Esperance, which is 8 hours drive or about 750 kilometers from the nearest capital city of Perth. This is a terrible diagram. I didn't study geography at school. Perth's one of the most remote cities on Earth, and we're 8 hours from that city. We're also adjacent to the Fitzgerald National Park, or Fitzgerald Biosphere, which is one of the most florally biodiverse regions on Earth. So we're really excited to see, in terms of botanical availability, what we can do in this region. And Esperance is also just really renowned for being a beautiful part of the world with beautiful beaches and just a awesome part of the world, really. So the distillery is going to be a partnership between myself and my father, David. Dad, it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. It's going to definitely be quite testing. Dad and I have an interesting relationship, as every son and father do, and so it's going to be definitely a test for us. But we're pretty excited at the same time, and I think that we can really develop something and develop ourselves along the way, so we're pretty excited about that. So a little bit of background about myself. I am an environmental engineer. I've actually never really worked in Australia. I've been working in Portugal and in Wales on a renewable wave energy project with an amazing company called Bombora Wave Power. And distilling is a super new thing to me. That said, I'm really loving all of the chemistry, and I also have been trying to launch a few businesses since leaving that company. So I'm really excited about sort of how to use my engineering skills and also interest in business. Dad is an electrician or electrical maintenance engineer. He's been working on the Dampier to Bunbury gas pipeline. So the Dampier to Bunbury gas pipeline is this huge pipeline that runs from super far north all the way down to Perth and Bunbury, as the name says. It's one of the longest gas pipelines in the world. And he's got heaps of experience in hazardous area and also just control systems, SCADA systems, PLCs, etc. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can do in terms of automation through the creation of the steel and the sort of control mechanisms on that. We both love windsurfing and surfing. Dad's really into his supping. You may have seen Dad. He was the guy who was supping with a whale. Insert whale footage here. Shout out to you, Jamin. But yeah, it's something that you can actually get a bit of in Esperance. It's a pretty amazing part of the world. So the other huge point of difference for us is the fact that we're using a tiny still to launch. As far as I'm aware, Sasha from Adelaide Hills previously started with Australia's smallest still at an 80 litre keg still, I believe, or 60 litre keg still. Regardless, we're about half that size. Most people start around 150 to 200 litre still. Even schools and stuff teach on 110 or 150, that sort of scale. We're launching on a still that most people would probably illegally be distilling at home on a still that's larger than ours. I'm looking at you guys. 200 litres is the typical scale. We're around 30, and a legitimate concern of ours is that we could get broken into and someone's just going to run off with a still. I was very naive going into this, thinking that the regulation probably wouldn't be as heavy if we were starting on a small scale, which is absolutely not the case. There is no differentiation between a huge and a small outfit. Would I do this again? We're not sure. But anyway, follow us along and you can kind of make up your own mind if it was worth it at the end of it. And finally, David and I are really keen to set up the business as a social enterprise. I have a background in social enterprise. During my student years, I was a member of a group called Enactus, an amazing global initiative that provides entrepreneurial experiences for young people specifically in businesses that improve the community and the environment. So we're looking to include elements of social enterprise into our business as well. A top priority for us is for the business to be carbon negative eventually. And so we're already speaking to our suppliers and asking them for carbon footprint information, even at this early pre-trading stage. And we're going to, hopefully that will just make things easy down the line as we seek to try and create a fully carbon neutral production process and supply chain. So that's really exciting. And the final element is seeing what we can do for the community. So we're just really interested in seeing how we can leverage our products to support the community and the local environment. For example, Esperance has a famous pink lake, which used to be really pink, but due to a variety of environmental reasons is no longer pink. And so, potentially we could put some of the profits from our pink gin towards the rehabilitation of that lake or other local species. So there's a lot we can do with it. So much to talk about. Follow us along. It's going to be a few crazy months. So yeah, stay tuned. So as I'm filming, I've just stumbled upon someone playing piano. Let you in on a bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm only learning.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was great.